Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, please be seated.
Thank you.
So we had totally 6 speakers, and for these 6 speakers, we are going to conduct this rapid fire evaluation round. For this, for every segment which I am going to call upon, the timing will be differing. For example, if it is going to be for 3 good points, the timings will be given as 2 minutes. If it is going to be for 2 improvement points, it will be 1.5 minutes. If it is going to be for summary, it will be 1.5 minutes. So 3 good points, 2 minutes means at 1 minute, the timer will show green card. At 1.30 seconds, yellow card. At 2 minutes, red card. For 1.30 seconds, that is for improvement points and for summary. At 1 minute, she will show the green card. And at 30 seconds, she will be showing the red card. We are not using the amber card in between. So this is how we have framed the time limits. So are you ready for the challenge?
Yes.
Yes. I want to hear from the evaluation contestants. Yes. So he says like he's so fearful. Let's start from the lady. Timer. The time limit is 2 minutes. Toastmaster Yamini, 3 good points.
Because you think who you are and what you have made yourself into. And that was a fantastic delivery of today's speech. Your speech was very well organized, structured, and in between you had a lot of question-answer sessions that engaged the audience to your crowd. And that was an added plus point to you. And what else can make your speech so lovely is a wonderful usage of similes and metaphors. Your rich vocabulary is another added point to your overall speech. And what's a better way to engage the audience, either by a question or by a quote? In your way, you first engage the audience with a quote, and then moving on, once they have gotten on track with you, you engage the audience with another quote, and that was an overall good start, a very captivating start of your speech. No matter what it was with the constitution, you had brought in a very personal connect, and that was an overall delivery of a good speech of how it is.
Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, Manoj Lenka, 3 good points, 2 minutes.
Target speaker, Toastmasters Manoj Lenka, I must congratulate you like you delivered the speech in a very fantabulous manner. 3 good points as per the selections. The delicate subject, the way you handle it, because of your personal experience, since you are being inserted as a soldier, it's a kind of a walking on the rope. It's a kind of a political subject. Sometimes with the here from the certain terms, we could not talk about 3 taboo topics. I suppose that leave the choice to the audience to decide whether it's a taboo or not. But nevertheless, you chose the topic, and being your own self, you handled the topic in a very nice way. That really needs a courage to handle this topic. And the way you delivered it with the convincingly, because of your own experience, to be able to take up all the audience questions, that's a fantastic one. The third, you again left the conclusion to open to the political arena instead of choosing yes or no. That's a good thing to in your speech.
Toastmaster Raji, Toastmaster Vivek, 2 improvement points. Time limit is 1.5 minutes. I mean, 1 minute 30 seconds.
Your speech was very good. You had a very personal connect. It was a very inquisitive start. How would it be if my concentration is only like that? The hall is full and the crowd is engaging. It would be better if the target speaker here glances around the crowd to bring in that effect so that your speech is observed by all the audience. And with your speech, you had a very inquisitive start. And what makes your speech even more a better one? No matter your opening is very strong and well remembered, your conclusion should also be well remembered. And I felt your conclusion was very abrupt. You suddenly ended. And I didn't find there were many pauses in your speech. You were very fast in displaying the props, so I would recommend to have proper pauses at different places and work on to your strong conclusion so that your speech could be even more efficient. Just like your opening And with an inquisitive start, your speech will also be very well remembered.
Thank you. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, Toastmaster Purna's 2 improvement points. Timer 1 minute 30 seconds.
Toastmasters Purna, you had a very nice connect with the story, like dynamic woman. You talked about homemakers and working with home and the leaders. However, I would like to suggest this to you. The closing is definitely not dynamic. That's the one point I would like to do. Because always I tell the speaker should be a convincing conclusion. Whatever you are given the narrative for 6-7 minutes, the last 1 minute is you have to give a proper conclusion so that the audience can take the message to the home. That one part definitely you need to work upon. Since you are being a very seasoned speaker, I was expecting a more powerful, dynamic closing in the speech, but unfortunately I did not see that. The second one, the transition, you could have used much better. You had a good opening with asking the stronger woman and stronger comparison, and you delved into your personal stories and examples. But it could have been a more nicely knitted or woven transitions. It could have made your speech much more engrossing for us. Otherwise, you had a good speech.
Toastmaster Raji, Toastmaster Sarathi, 3 good points. Timer 2 minutes.
In what way you can engage the crowd? The first is your personal story and bringing out in a very humorous way. People can forget anything, but never the humor in a speech. So your plus point with your speech is your humor content, which was great. It was very engaging to the crowd. Your message delivered was also a very strong message that get out of your comfort zone. That instead of delivering it in a very inspirational way, you delivered it in a very humorous way so that everybody can enjoy. And you had a lot of personal connect in the story so that each and every person were able to relate what happened in their life, but in a very light manner. And I would say you are also very engaging to the crowd with not just a lot of facts about, and you had a lot of comparisons in your speech. That was other added point. Instead of just saying about your own content, you brought in other personalities too, and that was they were hot and happening, so that the audience were able to get very much engaged with your crowd. So overall, it was a very good personal connect, which had a lot of humor, and the audience interaction was also pretty good in your speech.
Thank you. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar, please summarize Toastmaster Shobhana's speech. Timer 1 minute 30 seconds.
Toastmasters Shobhana talked about the inspired to travel. But when we initially thought she's going to talk about more into the Globetrotter, she started dwelling into this journey into the Toastmasters. Her speech consisted of all the good qualities of the good speech, basically like giving an opening and a beautiful body and convincing and conclusion. She talked how he well into the Toastmasters by labels and then summarized the history of the Toastmasters journey, right from giving all the dates, important dates, and also the important events. How Ralph Spitzbergen started his journey from YMCA, first meeting when it happened, how it happened. But finally, what I liked the speech, how the woman, like dynamic woman, came into the Toastmasters. I would really remember if all the men were here, what is the charm? But I do understand why Ralph Small initially did not include women, because women are born Toastmasters. So he thought maybe not. So in total, her journey into the Toastmasters is beautifully narrated with all the personal experience and connect. It's a fantastic speech.
Toastmaster Rajashri, Toastmaster Manoj Lenka's 2 improvement points. Timer 1 minute 30 seconds.
Your topic was a pretty sensitive topic that you delivered with a lot of elegance. What I would say is, on taking such a very sensitive topic, you need to have facts so that people get into it. But I felt your speech was overloaded with too many facts. And the topic that you took was even pretty sensitive. So have a sensitive topic with too many facts, it takes a lot of time for us to process all that fact. And the next is usage of your props. Always usage of a props acts as an added advantage. But with your case, you had so many props, but that wasn't able to display efficiently. Because with so many facts, and you could have displayed all the props together, and that would have had an even more better convincing and a very convictioning end to your sensitive topic that you have chosen. This is what I felt. And timing must be very well taken into account on choosing such a topic, because the audience engagement with your speech with regards to this topic is very, very important. So I would suggest to balance out your timing with the props, make it very efficient and a very convincing and a convicting one. Thank you.
Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Toastmaster Vivek's 3 good points. 2 minutes.
Lemon rice. When Toastmaster Vivek started preparing the lemon rice, I was really wondering what's going on. He captured the audience very nicely with his body language and the props. For a minute, all the audience were engrossed or to do to the speaker what he is going to deliver. So fantastic one. And what I like the transition from the lemon rice, we have just connected with the next point about how you should prepare it. It's not eating the lemon rice, how to prepare it, and with connected with the time management, like not urgent, 4 quadrants. The connectivities, the transitions are very nicely done. So opening is good, the transitions were fantastic. And third one, needless to say about your body language. You are a very natural speaker, and when it is embedded into your body, you could able to easily get connected with your speech.
Thank you. Toastmaster Purna's summary. 1 minute 30 seconds.
What makes a woman very powerful beyond measure? It is the empowerment that a woman has. And that was the very strongest message that you brought out in your speech. And what's better, you had a lot of humor on delivering such a strong message with your speech. So overall, it was a very good speech. You had a strong opening with a quote, engaging the audience, a good connect, and you also had a lot of humor. The audience is there. When you have too many movements in the stage, it will become very difficult for the crowd to get the essence of your speech. So all I would suggest is control the body movements and use the stage very effectively. And always for any speech, for particularly the title that you have chosen for a dynamic women, the conviction end should be very convincing. So it's better you would have worked on a lot of the ending that would have made the speech more convincing. So overall, a good speech with very good content, with effective stage usage and working on strong ending, the speech could have been made even more dynamic. Thank you.
Toastmaster Yamini's improvement points.
Because you are today, you are in the Toastmasters, today you deliver the speech. Fantastic speech. But however, if I were to point out a couple of improvements, one, the connection from the opening to the body, I was feeling a little bit abrupt because you started your speech with the right to vote and ethnicity, background, sex, etc. Talked more about the US 19th Constitution and everything. So initially I thought the speech was something out of this group. And suddenly you started dwelling into the personal connect. The transition should have worked a little bit more because suddenly audience felt, I'm sure about it, the connect was a little bit approach. So the second thing is like, the speech was all over the places, like, US, India, society, ethnicity. So even though you summarized very well, you had all other connections are very good. You had a fantastic vocal varieties, the right choice of the language, the usage of the words. But however, when you talk about this kind of very sensitive topic, this shouldn't go all around. Like if you can able to stick with 1 or 2 points, going into the more into the deeper, you could connect with the audience more.
Can you summarize Vivek's speech? 1 minute 30 seconds.
What do you do when life gives you lemon? Squeeze it in someone's eyes, make lemonade and sell, or play a lemon race that's going to bring you a lot of happiness. That was a wonderful essence of the message delivered in your speech. It was a very good speech delivered, a good start, most importantly a very inquisitive title and a very inquisitive start to grab the audience attention. But what makes your speech more interesting? And you even had props to demonstrate your speech. That was an added advantage to it. But what makes your speech pretty good? I felt your vocal variety was very constant from the first till the last. It was just monotonous. When you're describing a happy instant, you could have emoted with a lot of happiness. Or when you're going through a tough time, you could have brought about that emotions, because more than your words, your emotions play a very important role in delivering your speech. With such an inquisitive and exciting start, work on a lot more vocal variety and let the stage be used efficiently and work a little bit more on the ending. That should have been one of the most inquisitive, interesting and a very convincing end to your speech. Thank you.
Summarize
sentence is, it's all about turning the obstacles into opportunities. To do that, you have to get out of your comfort zone. So your speech had a very nice opening, and you have good interactive sessions with the audience and a talk, and then slowly delve into your personal experience, and you talk about more about your marathon running. So at the end of the day, like it's been the fantastic 4 messages, like excellent. English is not a message, but actually what I like before that, like the connectivity between the Toastmasters also came in picture. So you had a good opening and a body, and then finally you connected your speech with the Toastmasters, like excellent English non record. Preparation is the paramount. The word you emphasized very nicely, and the usual excitement or the tension is normal, and finally they get out. So this is the good points. But if I were to summarize it a bit more on the thing, the connectivity between the get out and the marathon runner is not properly linked. It has a little bit jump from the one point to another. Maybe you could have a bit more worked on this one. And finally, this kind of a convincing, kind of motivational speech, I would have expected from you to have a convincing conclusion, like, would you like to get out? And then forcibly get the answer from the audience, yes. I was expecting that. Maybe the timing was a little shorter to get the the answer feedback from the audience. But otherwise, if you had done that, it could have been much more memorable speech to the audience. But overall, if I summarize it, it's a fantastic speech. I will have to get out of my comfort zone so that I can prepare for the contest.
Thanks for being the so wonderful contestants for this rapid fire round. So now the audience, you would have understood that an evaluation is not coming over on stage and conveying a feedback like that was a wonderful speech, that was a great speech, I could relate your speech, and narrating an example from your own life. Or it's not only talking about the stage improvement or the eye contact, or just to say a summary, overall I like your speech. Now you could have seen the effort they had put in evaluating every speaker's speech. You might have not seen any of the repeated improvement points or repeated good points or repeated summary. So even in choosing the words, even in narrating the feedback for every speaker, they were quite different. It was not, they did not follow the same pattern. So in this way, this is a learning experience for them as well as for the audience as well. So thank you.
Fantastic learning
Thank you.
experience.
Thank you.